Give it up for Michelle. Hi everyone, my name is Aditya, and baristas tend to call me sorry. That's a usual day if you have a non-Western name. But John makes really good coffee, so each time he does that, I say to John, thanks Paul, and move on. However, my Irish husband calls me Aditya. Yes, you heard that right. I like to add ginger to my chai. I grew up in India, in this beautiful city called Mumbai. When I tell people I'm from Mumbai, they ask, is it really crowded there? They ask, isn't it very hot out there? Or sometimes they ask, can you fix my computer please? To which I say, of course I can. Unsurprisingly, I am a lecturer in the School of Computer Science and Engineering at UNSW Sydney and an artificial intelligence or AI researcher. I am obsessed with trying out all the AI around me. I love using Siri to add things to my shopping list. But it seems Siri does not understand my Indian spices too well. Like, what's mum beans? I also spend hours using ChatGPT. So much that my husband thinks I'm having an affair with ChatGPT. But I'll assure you I'm not, because that's what my last conversation with ChatGPT looked like. And my account got suspended after that. So I'm not having a laugh. So, government units and businesses are looking to deploy AI for a variety of applications. My research is into enabling AI to communicate better with non-American speakers of English. Any Americans in the house? Oh well, just one. Great. The AI of today is among a long list of American things lapped up by the world. But you would agree that there are many other forms of Englishes spoken in the world. And these are known as national varieties of English. I'm sure all of you would agree with me when I say that English is a widely spoken language. I wonder why though. Nevertheless, English may be spoken as a first language, a second language, or as in my case, my 27th language. A national variety of English is characterized by words that mean widely different things in different countries, grammatical constructs which have unique presence in certain countries, or pragmatic expressions where you would use different statements but mean the same thing in these different countries. The AI of today works the best for the American variety of English, but it has not been tested or tuned for many other Englishes. I initially thought that this poor performance of AI on Indian English was associated with my proficiency of English. But then I saw my native English speaker husband with his Irish accent try to communicate with Siri. And that's what his shopping list looks like. He doesn't even drink beer. But you know what? That's what his name is. And I know many humans, including baristas, who may not be able to say that name. So good luck, AI. I'm sure all of you are thinking, what about Australian English? What would AI understand if an Australian man says servo? Or if an Australian man says she'll be right, will AI start looking for a she around? It turns out that past research in AI shows that AI is unable to translate, detect sentiment, converse, or broadly speaking, understand many varieties of English as well as standard American English. It has not been tested on Australian English in its naturally occurring form. Research also shows that for several non-native varieties of English, AI performs significantly worse. This means that these users will be unfairly disadvantaged if AI is deployed in critical settings. Settings like a hospital, a court of law, or a coffee shop. So my research, I straddle two horses. Sorry, I straddle. We first test AI models to understand how well they perform for these different varieties of English. And then we bridge. If we see that certain variety does not perform really well, we try to improve the performance of AI for these national varieties. So the first step of my research is test. We are currently evaluating AI for its ability to detect emotion for Australian English, Indian English, and British English. We collect posts from all over the internet. So think Reddit posts, Google Place reviews, Twitter comments, and so on. We want to make sure that these posts are as diverse as possible. Essentially, everyone from the person inside a pub in Canberra to a person fallen outside. We then use human labelers from these locales who tell us the emotions of these posts. Which of these are happy, sad, angry, and so on. Once we have curated these data sets for the three locales, we then test AI to understand how well it performs. And the motivation behind doing this is absolutely simple. We want to make sure that no one should have to move to America to be successful. So once we've done that, we want to now bridge. Let's now talk about how we bridge the performance. Think of AI as a vacuum cleaner. Just the way a vacuum cleaner sucks air, AI sucks data. Data from all over the internet. A vacuum cleaner is the most effective with the right attachment. So then we thought, can we also build these attachments that learn to pay attention to different national varieties so that this vacuum cleaner of AI can suck information about these varieties better? And that is the core idea of our research. We build these dialect attachments that can improve the performance of AI for these varieties. One way to do so is to give AI examples from a national variety. So let's assume we are trying to build an AI that can detect emotion of Australians. So we give it 500 examples of what a happy Australian would say, 500 examples of what a sad Australian would say. For example, the happy Australian says, oh, this AI, it is redefining our jobs, we love it. But some sad Australians might say, oh, this AI, the other kind of AI, we don't like them taking our jobs. So the vacuum cleaner AI sucks it all in and learns to detect emotion, and then we hope that it is able to tell us what the hell she is grumpy about. The second way to create these dialect attachments is to learn to map different expressions in these varieties. So let's consider Irish English, Indian English, and Australian English. So when an Irish person says it's grand, it's the same as the Indian head shake. When you ask an Indian person to describe the recipe for chicken tikka masala, it is going to be a long and detailed recipe. But you ask the same thing to an Australian, it's a shorter recipe. Just open it. So we essentially learn and provide these pairs of sentences with different variations so that AI is able to make correspondences between these national varieties. This attachment then sucks it all into this AI and hopefully learns to do better. So in my research, we are really building these dialect attachments for different national varieties. We believe that this will be useful for both businesses and government departments. Businesses trying to serve multicultural customers, larger pool of customers, will be able to use our research to make more money and win their next inclusion award. Government departments will be able to use our research and finally be able to claim multiculturalism on their websites. But the best part is, my research enables that my husband will be able to use the AI vacuum cleaner at home and clean the apartment. While I publicly claim, I must admit, I publicly claim that my research is about making AI inclusive, I think it's only about being able to use the AI devices at home with both of our non-American Englishes. After all, I'm researching a field that might result in AI taking over the world. So when AI baristas actually appear, I want to make sure we get our coffee orders right. That's it. Thank you.